Boarding of Flyaway Airlines to Paris will begin at 5 p.m. Passengers taking this flight, make your way to boarding station in Terminal 3 to get on board Boeing 77, departing in 15 minutes.
Commercial airlines are used to haul passengers and items around the world, with various sizes from single engine to multiple engines. The advancement airplanes freed the world population to travel wherever they liked, like the Boeing 747, said to be the first World Wide Web as it smashed barriers between people and countries.
Welcome aboard Flyaway Airlines. This is your captain speaking. It is my pleasure to take you on this journey. Place your items in appropriate areas and take your assigned seating. We are about to close the doors and head to the runway for liftoff. In the 1960s, the largest and most popular commercial airline was the Boeing 707. Respectively for its time, it was able to carry 189 passengers, including producing 1,900 pounds of thrust.
Please leave your valuables on board. The design of our aircraft has placed life vests under or next to your seat. Air pressure will decrease as we increase our altitude. If the pressure is disturbed above an altitude of 14,000 feet, oxygen masks will pop open from the panels above you. Thanks again for flying with Flyaway Airlines.
This is your captain speaking again. Please take your seat if you haven't already. Prepare for takeoff. The pinnacle of commercial aviation made its commercial debut in 1970. As a predecessor to 707, Boeing 747 allowed travelers to go further and faster than ever before. The longer and wider body of Boeing 747 made it 2.5 times the size of Boeing 707. This decreased the cost of seats by 30%.
According to the World Tourism Organization, there is an exponential growth of travelers since the 1970s. In 1950, there was 25 million international tourists. The cost fare made it extremely difficult for average individuals. When the 747 was introduced in 1970, cost of fare from Australia to London was equivalent to 24 weeks of average weekly earnings, which is extremely expensive, but increased the tourist rate to 160 million travelers worldwide. By 1990, the cost of airfare was 5 weeks of average weekly earnings, which increased the tourism to 435 million worldwide. Today, the cost of airfare is below 1 week's earning, with 1.4 billion tourists traveling in 2018.
This is your captain speaking. We have entered 15 minutes into the flight, and now we are cruising at 3,500 feet, which is about 10.5 kilometers from the surface.
Looks like the seatbelt can be taken off. Drinks and food will be going around in a bit. Sit back, relax, and enjoy your ride.
To move an airplane, the thrust is generated by a propulsion system. Airlines use turbofan engines because of their high thrust ratio and good fuel efficiency. Turbine engines are surrounded by fans in the core that decrease in size. Next, we'll show you a little example how this will work. Turbofan engines have evolved from the introduction in 1950s to its current role as a primary source on a modern commercial aviation fleet. Typical modern high bypass turbofan, shown in the schematics, produce thrust by ingesting ambient air, compressing the air, undergoing combustion, and expanding the hot gas through thrust-producing exhaust nozzles. Components of the aircraft must go through rigorous endurance testing and laboratory testing. This ensures durability of the aircraft as well as predicting operation under heavy influence like loads and contact interactions. Airlines traditionally use majority of aluminum and titanium alloys for their lightweight and durability properties. However, the emergence of composite material with similar mechanical properties can decrease the damageability and increase the durability. That is the captain speaking again. Oxygen mask will drop overhead as we're declining in altitude. Please place your mask over your nose and over your mouth. If you're traveling with your child, adults must first place their own mask on before attending to their child.
Please stay calm and follow the instructions. We have arrived at your main destination of Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport. Global cultures rarely cross paths before the rise of airplanes. Commercial airlines use aircrafts like Boeing 747 to create a tectonic shift in diversifying countries and relying on air travel, bringing tourists from around the world to boost their economic growth, providing access to visiting new cultures and uncharted territories, creating bridges to connecting all of humanity.
Created using Powtoon.